Hello, everybody. It was so nice to see everybody again. Anyway, hey, let me just share with you why I'm doing this webinar so important about sleep. Because a lot of people don't realize if you don't have enough sleep, your blood sugar actually goes up. And a lot of people don't think that, well, is it really that important? Sure is. If you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, you don't want to continue to have your blood sugar goes up and then end up, your whole day, your blood sugar is high because you're stressed. So a good night's sleep is so important, especially, for so-called your health. That is very important to really understand where you're at, and in a sense that how you sleep well or not. Let me give you some example. A lot of people actually end up, if you for example, if you stress at night, morning, when you wake up, your blood sugars already could be 140, 160. Imagine that, 140, 160 is high before you even eat. Matter of fact, some people ask me, they say, how come my blood sugar is high when I first wake up? Because a lot of times you didn't realize if you're stressed, your blood sugar actually shoot up without you even knowing about it, which you don't want to do, right? So very important, you have to figure a way to relax yourself, sleep better before you can actually go for your day. If not, you screw up your whole blood sugar, maybe the rest of the day is still 160, 140 range, then it's not good for you, right? So that's why I thought that perhaps with this webinar, you can better understand what happened. So this will be the reason why I started webinar. Hello， 各位朋友，我係 Andrew Lau，LOWSUTEA President，你好。好高興今日咧有好多朋友啦，係不同地方，有美國啦、加拿大啦、菲律賓啦、東南亞啦，咁過嚟聽呢個 webinar 嘅。點解要聽個 webinar 咧？就因為咧好多時咧，因為如果我係有任何嘅壓力，瞓覺之前有壓力，瞓得唔好，第二日咧你起身嘅時候咧，你 blood sugar 咧就可能會係去到7、8唔出奇嘅。其實我自己都試過。咁因為有陣時咧瞓得唔好咧，咁你第二日咧，哇，點解瞓而家我 blood sugar 7點幾嘅或者8咧咁其實咧我都知道咧，原來唔瞓得好咧係會become一個 stress 個 body 咧就 form 咗好多 cortisol 嗰啲 hormone 出嚟，咁 day after 咧你就會係好多問題啦，咁你個血壓糖咧就繼續會高。So important, really, at the end of the day, do not let yourself stress out, okay? So today's webinar, this is what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Let me give me a couple minutes just to catch up with all the people from all over the different places so they know what is diabetes. Then that will be really helpful for all my clients who are brand new to this area, okay? So I'm going to spend 10 minutes really fast, okay? First of all, diabetic is a chronic disease. You don't get well. All you can do is control your disease. And the most important, why you need to do that, because it affects the entire body, all the vessels, head, toe, from kidney to heart, everything are plugged up by the sugar and cholesterol, the plaques. So net result, you are, if you continue not to control your sugar, that will be very bad for you for your future health. Right now, you might not have anything, but future health you will have. And how do you know you have that problem? Basically, doctor only can measure is by your HbA1c, which is the hemoglobin, the amount of blood sugar, that percent of blood sugar attached to the hemoglobin. They will know. So you gotta, no matter what, control your blood sugar if you're diabetic. And if you are pre-diabetic, you have the same thing, you have control your blood sugars. And how do you do that? You have to basically on dieting with low carb diet, don't eat white food, you have to exercise, you have to weight management, you have to measure blood sugar, you cannot drink juice, on soda, cut down all the sugar, and certainly with LOWSUTEA will help you. Okay, so that is really the things that you got to do. And then I will talk a little bit more why diabetes is like that, and everybody go through 4 stages. Okay, the first stage is LDL cholesterol will go up, and when LDL cholesterol goes up, then you know what? Then next step is the sugar will go up, because the LDL cholesterol will damage your B cells. The B cells take the sugar into the cells. If that damage, the body will continue to get more insulin goes up, so more in so-called insulin resistant, When you do that continuously, it's going to be bad for you, because what happened is, as time goes on, you will have a lot of sugar, and the stage 2 comes out with plaque and sugar, and the sugar and cholesterol make your blood thicken, and plaque will form entire body, vessels, eyes, lung, chest, heart, kidney, everywhere. Okay, so really at the end of the day, you affect entire body. That's why it is so important. It's so detrimental if you don't take care of this. At the end of the day, when you get older, it will be very, very painful for you, and that will be definitely the case. So you got to be careful on that, and that's why I suggest that everybody really need to take super care to lower your sugar. Now that's second stage only, because after that the blood pressure will goes up. Okay, and that everybody go to the same situation. It's not like, okay, am I excused? No, there's no excuse. Everybody go to this stage. The third stage is, if you don't do anything, your blood sugar continue goes up, then your blood sugar A1C will go to like 5.7 and up to 6.4. Now, before you reach 6.5, you still consider what is called pre-diabetic. But once you're over 6.5, you are diabetes. And then you have each 1 year, you take two blood tests, you over 5.7, I mean 6.4, you're 6.5 and above, you are confirmed diabetes. And once that record set, you will not able to get back. Okay, so keep that in mind. And then if you don't do anything, you know what? As time goes on, your blood continue to go up, then you will be stage 4, which is your diabetes. And everybody go through the same thing. What would not, because I'll jump step, or I would not get that step. Everybody diabetes will go through the same thing. So that's why you need to control your blood sugar. Okay, so why we have to drink LOWSUTEA? LOWSUTEA basically have 2 things in there. There is guava leaf bits, and bitter melon. Guava block the sugar into the cell. Bitter melon stop sugar enter. Will act like an insulin. What they do is they make the insulin become more sensitive and take the sugar into the cells, so you will have energy. But also bitter melon have one more thing really good. It actually take excess sugar and cholesterol and salt out through urine. So net result, your blood sugar go down, cholesterol go down, eventually salt went down, your blood sugar or blood pressure also come down. So really does work. Okay, now I'm going to just switch to Chinese for our Hong Kong audience, make it real quick. 嗱，各位堂友個個都一樣咧，係有4部曲嘅。第一部曲係點樣咧？佢係會當你糖上去嘅時候咧，你個胰島素就會損壞呢個胰島素出嚟嘅 B cell，B cell 帶啲糖咧入去細胞裏邊嘅。咁越整越多咧，咁啲糖咧同埋個膽固醇咧就會繼續係會高啦。咁當佢高嘅時候咧，咁你個就會放好多血塊啦。所以最大嘅問題咧，所有糖尿病者個原因點解咁弊咧？就係因為咧嗰啲血一 become 好結，然後就 form plaques， 即係血塊咧喺晒所有血管裏邊咧，咁令到你咧又係咁塞，腦又塞啦，心臟又塞啦，嗰個腎又塞，全部都塞嘅時候，所以當到老啲嘅時候咧，你個傷害十分大。依塞咗之後唔翻得轉頭㗎。咁如果你咩唔改咧，咁你就會係變咗第3個 stage 咧，你就變咗前期患病。前期患病就係你個血糖咧有個 A1C 咧就係會由5.7去6.4，6.4以上咧，咁你就係糖尿病一個 stage 4個 stage 啦。咁當然咧，我哋而家最好咧就希望我哋由6.4去翻5.7，去翻即係唔會係呢個叫前期患病嘅症狀。就算如果你去糖尿病嘅症狀，我都希望你帶翻你咧係能夠令到佢去翻 under 6.4，咁變咗嚟講，你身體就唔會繼續損壞。所以呢個係好重要嘅 message 咧，你要繼續去做呢樣嘢嘅。咁但係我哋點解飲血糖就喺血糖咧？首先就係有呢個番石咧 block 咗啲糖入去血管裏邊啦，喺大腸血管裏邊啦。第二樣嘢咧就將你嗰啲糖佢係將你個胰島素咧係俾佢更加 sensitive， 咁佢帶翻啲糖入去個細胞裏邊，咁變咗嚟講咪有 energy 啦。咁仲有 excess 糖咧，佢就係由個尿同埋個喺尿嗰度咧，喺個糖同埋呢個膽固醇同埋啲鹽咧掉咗出去。咁當你呢3樣嘢掉咗出嚟嘅時候咧，你就會有冇咗糖啦，低咗糖啦， 低咗呢個 cholesterol 啦，然後咧就低咗鹽啦，咁你個血壓都降低，再三高都會降低嘅，咁呢個對你身體係十分好喎，係咪？嗱。If you don't do anything, the risk, as I mentioned, long term, maybe about 5-10 years, some of them you get earlier, is that you have the risk of stroke, you have the cataract, that blind. I tell you, this is so fast. A lot of people don't realize. I have now patient which is only 30 or 40 something years old, they start getting blindness, which is not necessary. I mean, hey man, you talk about 40 years old, you have 30 somewhat of 40 years you cannot see well. Imagine that. That is no value. So don't screw yourself with that. Take care of it, because if not, you will really regret. And then your pancreas would not work so well, so less insulin comes out, more problem. The worst, 40-60% of people get heart disease. They will get heart attack because all the vessel will be plugged. And also they have nerve damage, meaning that they cannot feel. And then they also loss of memory. So both things, and plus nerve damage can also affect the stomach. Wow, or your gut, everything will be affected. So that is another bad stuff you will have. Plus high blood pressure goes up, you can create stroke, and the blood cell damage because full of plaques. And then if things are not showing down below is no good, then you might end up amputated because things are not healing. Your diabetic will damage your kidney disease, and you able to cannot function anymore. Then you end up with dialysis. 30% of diabetic patients have no sex function because you know why? They cannot feel. Okay, and also if you're pregnant, you're gestating diabetic, you also need to take care because you might eventually become diabetic. So all these will be the potential complication. You must take good care. 如果你唔做嘢嘅話咧，其實最大風險咧就係有中風啦，隻眼會開始盲啦。其實有好多朋友啦，30歲已經係呢樣嘢啦。咁佢 pancreas 咧又壞咗啦，咁呢就落唔到去嗰個即係胰臟啊，做唔到胰島素出嚟啦。咁佢糖繼續高啦，咁心臟病40%嘅病人咧都有心臟病嘅，40%至60%啦。咁咧，如果有神經系統損壞咧，咁咪好弊質啦。好多時咧，你又唔記得嘢啦，冇 feel 啦，同埋搞到即係嗰個腸胃又好大問題，喺個 nerve damage 咗嘛。咁就話咧就個 blood pressure goes up咧，又係會係好大問題，血壓高，同埋咧就中風嘅風險，同埋啲所有血管咧塞住咗啊。咁所以嘅亦都好大問題。如果血管做得唔好，輸入啲血管唔正仔咧。啲血越整越差嘅時候咧，你可能腳都要蓋埋，因為如果有咩整壞咗咧，佢唔 heal 嘅，即係唔會即係好翻嘅。咁你唔好翻，你要割個腳喎。咁如果係腎病咧，就整壞咗腎咧，又要去換腎或者係要即係做洗腎咧，就好慘啦。咁同埋做咧30%嘅病人咧，糖尿病病係冇性功能，因為佢冇感覺冇 feel 啊 ，nerve damage 嗰度搞硬咗佢。咁仲有如果你係一個即係 for example 啦，如果你係有懷孕嘅 gestation 病咧，一個係好大問題嘅。So all these problems, if you don't control your blood sugar, this is going to happen to you. So you got to be careful in that, okay? And our company has really 5 programs to help you. Basically, one would teach you how to do your dieting with low carb diet, teach you how to drink LOWSUTEA, help you lower blood sugar. So you can continue keep your blood sugar lower to if you are pre-diabetic. Hey, hopefully with all that what you do will make you to go down to at least 5.7, get back to normal. Now, majority of my clients were pre-diabetic. Many of them actually able to get themselves down to like 6, 5 point something. Not everyone go 5.7, but at least they get going down. So that's really good. And with that, you know what? They change lifestyle, then they become very, very good. And same thing, we have a lot of diabetic patients also with the A1C with more than 10. They bring it down to about 6.4 and now become 6 somewhere around here. But you have to continue to maintain, you have to put effort in it. You can just say, wow, I just, after I do that, I do whatever I want to do. No, it doesn't work. You have to continue to do that. And so you have to exercise, you have to weight control, you have to measure blood sugar. If you don't daily measure blood sugar, you might not know where you're at. And that is the sad part. You got to know where you're at. So net result, you have to continue to measure blood sugar to ensure that you are really at a good level, like for example, below 120 for United States, for Hong Kong will be 614 and lower. Your daily average blood sugar has to be below 614. So these are things that we will teach how to do with a 5 program. 嗱，各位朋友，我哋有5個 program 咧，係幫助你咧，係降低你繼續降低你血糖啊。第一個咧就係喺我哋飲食方面啦，能夠俾嗰個低碳水化合物嘅食物啦。咁啊飲去糖茶點飲啦，同埋咧我哋亦都點更降低你嘅血糖同埋你嘅膽固醇啊嗰啲食物啦。第二樣嘢係咪點去做運動咧，令到你更加係消耗咗你 extra 糖啦。第三減低個 BMI 啦。第四就我哋去教你點去度你血糖咧，去繼續跟進你呢樣嘢啦。第五咧就係能夠繼續每個禮拜我都有個講座，幫助你繼續去了解點樣能夠降低血糖，繼續保持呢個降咗血糖嘅好處。同埋點去即係有好多 technique， 其實我哋現在好重要咧，就教你點 manage 嗰個即係 diabetes 或者 pre-diabetic 點能夠令到你更加健康。So our program really at the end of the day, a nutshell is we give you all the tools and technique to manage your pre-diabetic diabetic condition. So your blood sugar is always maintain a better level, so you can able to be healthy and live long time without diabetic complication, and that is our really task. So today this is the topic which I think is so important. A lot of people don't realize if you are not getting better sleep, your blood sugar definitely will go up, and we are trying to prevent you from getting this condition. Okay, so we will spend the next 30-40 minutes to really talk about that, to make sure that you have a better understanding. 今日咧，各位朋友，我哋知道咧，原來你唔夠瞓咧，係令到血糖增高嘅。咁呢個我哋今日成個講座咧，係關於點能夠俾你好啲瞓覺，俾多啲 technique 你嘅。咁其實我哋仲有一堂咧，係講有啲 way 係更加令到瞓覺係特別好啲嘅。咁我呢個係可以分2堂講嘅原因咧，就係因為瞓覺原來好重要喎。咁原來好多人都咁重要，原來糖尿病更加重要啊。Okay, so you know what happened if you don't have enough sleep? You know what happened? It does raise your blood sugar level, especially type 2 and diabetes and pre-diabetic. And you say, why? How can it be? Now, the reason is that it is so important for type 2 diabetic and pre-diabetic. You got to have plenty high quality sleep and restful sleep. It's not just close my eyes and sleep. It's restful and high quality sleep. So how do you get restful and high quality sleep? And why do I need to do that? Because sleep, first of all, is a very important thing for anybody. For a healthy person, you got to have good sleep, and also you have good nutritional food and exercise, and that is given. Everybody has to have that. You don't have that, you actually give yourself a not healthy lifestyle. And so very important, you got to have good sleep. Now, when you don't sleep well, I know many people will already realize you tend to be cranky, you're stressed, your body is actually increased a hormone called cortisol. What is cortisol hormone? It's a hormone that actually increases your insulin resistance and also increase your body sugar and fat levels. Because what they do is when you don't get enough sleep, the body will say, hey, I'm gonna ready to fight. So they come out with a cortisol hormone to help you prepare to fight. So net result, your blood sugar goes up, your fat will go up, because you know why? They give you all the energy ready to sleep, ready to fight. Instead of resting, get better body with not to use so much sugar, right? So net result, the studies show that if people have less than 7 hours sleep, they basically have higher risk of early death, and also the blood sugar are all screwed up. So this webinar will help you, give you the reason why quality sleep is so important and how to improve your lower blood sugar with just better sleep. Isn't that wonderful? I think that is super for everybody. Now, everybody need to have 7 hours sleep and not more than 90 hours, but 7 to 9 is the most important. And when you have that good rest, I can pretty sure you will have a much more healthier body. 嗱，各位朋友，點解今日要講要做咧？其實咧，好多人原來覺得咧，如果你唔夠瞓咧，你係會 increase 咗你個血糖會上高嘅。咁其實咧 ，for pre-diabetic diabetic 全部都有呢個同樣嘅問題。點解咧？因為當你唔夠瞓嘅時候咧，你個成個身咧就會好 stressful， 好緊張。緊張嘅時候咧就係啦，你個 cortisol 嘅 hormone 咧，你荷爾蒙會上升嚟嘅。呢個 cortisol 嘅 hormone 係咩嘅嚟咧？就令到你係準備去打仗。咁佢啲糖就一定降咗啦 ，fat 又要降高啦。咁令到身體咧嗰啲 insulin 咧又 resistant 會繼續做高啦，全部咧係令到你咧係會係準備打仗嘅情況。所以你個血糖繼續高嘅時候咧，弊家伙啦，又多 insulin 嘅抗拒啦。你血糖抗拒啦 ，fat 又上高啦，咁轉咗一下身體就唔好嘅。咁所以好多時咧個 study 講緊咧，如果你唔係夠瞓，成日好多 risk 你會個人咧其實醫院早啲會死嘅，同埋有好多病會出嚟嘅。呢個係個好多 proven study 有㗎啦 ，OK？ 咁所以今日咧個講座咧幫助你能夠知道乜嘢叫做好嘅睡眠。嗱，睡眠咧唔係話就有啲埋話要係 quality 嘅睡眠，即係你會發夢啊，會瞓得好舒服啊。會 relax 啊，依個叫好嘅瞓覺，唔係等於你話就搣埋眼搞掂，唔係咁嘅 ，OK？So what this is important is getting you to have quality sleep. Quality sleep doesn't mean that you just close your eye and sleep. You have a good sleep. You have to have relax. You have to have good dream, meaning you have to have rapid eye movement. All that has to be in there. You cannot just say, wow, I close my eye. But on the other hand, your heart is boom, 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 boom. Your brain is continue to function, dong, 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 dong. I think about all kind of problem. Tomorrow, what I'm going to do. Then that is not considered good sleep. That is terrible sleep. That is the one that will increase the blood sugar, okay? So keep in mind, quality sleep is when you are very relaxed, your heart rate goes down, you are basically able to totally relax, have a lot of nice dream, and so forth. So this is what I'm trying to help everybody to do today. Okay, so first of all, a lot of people don't realize in the sense that if you are pre-diabetic diabetic, there's a chance you will also have sleep apnea problem. What's that mean? Because what happened is majority of people who are pre-diabetic or diabetic, many of them also are obese. Many of them have a little bit overweight. And net result of that, matter of fact, 7 to 10 people are type 2 diabetic had actually sleep apnea because they always have many of these are people are overweight, excess fat in the neck area, which causes apnea. Because what happened, you have a lot of fat here, your fat actually blocking the air pipe. So when you breathe in, basically you cannot breathe well. So net result, you start making very big snore. And on top of that, when that happens, you actually are not sleeping well because you're not able to breathe enough to get your brain function normally, and you're not getting oxygen supply to the brain. So you're going to get very poor sleep. And on top of that, you have loud snore. After you finish sleeping, you get very tired. You have sleepiness in the day. You're irritable. On top of that, sometimes you're headache in the morning. And matter of fact, a lot of people who have sleep apnea, one of the good signs is they fall dozing off during the day. And I saw I even have staff used to have that problem. I told them that you got to get checked out to be a sleep apnea. After that, he got the sleep apnea machine. You know what? He was so much improved. But that is the problem because, you are not getting oxygen to the brain. When you don't get oxygen to the brain, you have several key issues, maybe even stroke. But because of that, you are so tired because what happened, the fat clogging your air pipe, and then you will continue to lack of air until the time that you really cannot, you have to really struggle to get the air, then you kind of woke up. So in other words, whole night you will keep waking up just to get air. Imagine that. Can you get good sleep? So sleep apnea is one of the very important people don't realize. And maybe you can ask your wife or your partner, hey, am I snoring real loud every night? Then you might need to talk to the doctor, go to check, are you a sleep apnea, and get treated with a CPAP machine and so forth. This is something, first thing you have to check. 嗱，各位堂友，點解我講呢個睡眠窒息症咧？其實呢個咧係一個好長多7個diabetic 嘅type 2 diabetic 人咧，都有一個睡眠窒息症，同埋好多前期患病者嘅糖尿患病者咧，都係有呢樣嘢嘅。咁點解咧？因為佢全部咧喺個身體呢度咧都好肥胖啊，多數或者係少 overweight 啦。咁當然有肥胖嘅時候咧，嗰啲肥喺度咧就 block 咗你嘅氣管。咁你唞氣嘅時候睇唔到，瞓覺嘅時候咁唞唔唞氣越整好大聲嘅。咁咧個情況咧就係你唞唔唞氣嘅時候咧，嗰啲 fat 頂住咗氣，唞得唔好咧，咁你腦又唔夠氧咯喎。咁你咧就會係繼續掙扎啦。咁有陣時咧，你 stop breathing 可以1分鐘至分半鐘都有可能嘅。咁變咗嚟講，你啊瞓覺要起翻身，要唞氣。咁你成晚咧都係起身瞓得唔舒服，因為你唔夠氣啊，成日瞓下之後又唔夠氧咧。咁你 end up 咧就成日都起身要唞氣，然後瞓翻起身又唞氣。咁你成晚就咁，你邊有能夠瞓得好咧？咁所以其實咧，呢個 sleep apnea 咧就一定要揾醫生同佢 check 你係咪有呢個睡眠窒息性嘅病。如果有咧，你一定要醫嘅。如果唔係咧，你有可能有 stroke 啦，同埋咧亦都對你身體十分唔好，因為你日日咧起身之後咧，好似未瞓過覺咁，然後喺公司或者邊度做緊嘢咧，你會瞌眼瞓，哇咁就好陰功啦！人哋以為你有冇搞錯啊，翻嚟瞓覺。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，睡眠窒息症係第一點咧，你係要注重咧去搞掂嘅。So other thing that help to improve the sleep apnea is one, you cannot really drink alcohol during the before bedtime. Now, a lot of people thought that, wow, hey, you know, I drink a glass of wine, I can even sleep better. Is it really true? Now, not really, because when it happens is when you have sleep apnea drinking alcohol, actually, especially drinking a beer, wine, cocktail, whatever, actually is not good for you. You know why? Because you just increase some carbs inside of you. So it really increases your blood sugar. It's not going to help you much on sleeping. You may be at first thought it is, but after that it's not it. So don't drink alcohol before you go bedtime, okay? Because that is not going to help you to improve your sleep. Secondly, you got to stop smoking. Now, very important, when you stop smoking, basically because smoking, you actually create more and more lack of O2 for you. And when you have, you thought that, well, you know, when I smoke, I can relax myself. Actually, at the end of the day, maybe even further stress you guys out. So no smoking. And then you have to change your sleeping position. Instead of sleeping, you know, just with my face facing up the ceiling, you sleep on the side. Because when you change the sleeping, instead of sleeping on the facing supine up, facing up the ceiling, what happened is your tongue might actually even drop down to the air pipe and blocking the air pipe. So sleeping on the side, you will be very good. Plus, if you have a CPAP machine, then you will be very, very good to give you air all the time. So that has to be treated with a CPAP machine, CPAP. And now just putting positive air like this guy over here giving you. And that has to be come through a doctor giving you this particular machine to buy, and then you can use it all the time and travel with it, because that will really help you to give you a fresh sleeping, flesh. A lot of oxygen to your brain will give you a fresh feeling the next day. It was so important. On top of that, some of the people also use what they call anti-snoring mouthpiece. So the mouth can be basically will keep the airway clear, basically. So there's some of these commercial items that you can use, but more important, actually, you sleep on the side with a CPAP machine. That will be extremely helpful. So make sure you do that, okay? Now, 如果係睡眠窒息性咧，好幾樣嘢都要做嘅。第一，你就唔可以飲酒，因為飲咗酒咧，酒係有好多糖啦，譬如飲啤酒、wine 啊，全部有糖嘅，同埋有 carbs 啊。咁啲 carbs 令到個血糖漲高咧，上高嘅時候咧，咁你咧就其實多咗血糖高咧，就瞓覺麻麻地噶啦。咁第二樣咧，食煙又唔係好得嘅，食煙咧其實咧更加令到更加 stress。咁第三咧就要瞓覺嘅時候咧，最好就瞓 on the side， 即係令個面向其他地方，就唔係望上天花板，因為望上天花板瞓覺咧個問題咧，條脷咧就跌咗落去嗰個氣管嗰度塞咗佢，咁變咗而家好多時咁樣嘅情況咧，就你個 sleep apnea 更加慘，更加唔好，唞唔到氣，咁你就係成晚起身啦。咁同埋仲有依家好多時咧，亦都有啲叫做即係買個即係呼吸嘅喺個 mouthpiece 上邊咧，咁令到你個 airway 咧成日都 open 嘅，即係個唞氣係 open，咁令到啲氣管咧就更加唞氣順快。咁所以呢個改善咗咧，你個血壓、你嘅血糖同埋你嘅精神一定會好，因為咧原來 sleep apnea 咧令到你血壓會高啦，血糖會高啦，仲有咧你係會成日眼瞓啦。如果 correct 咗呢個咧，你瞓得會好舒服，同埋咧糖尿病者會 become so much better. So if you improve your sleep apnea, I can very sure you will be able to sleep so much better. On top of that, you will not get your blood pressure goes up, you will not get your blood sugar goes up, and on top of that, you have very good sleep. Then net result, you will have a lot more energy during the day. Even that will be so good. Now, the next step is really the blood sugar management. If your blood sugar too high or too low, you can actually wake up whole night because the body keeps saying, I don't have enough sugar, or I have too much sugar. So you have to get your sugar, hopefully is about 120 and around that time, one place, or 6.4 in the Hong Kong side. So you have to keep your sugar in a fairly good position, and you have to keep the target range, not too high, not too low. Then from there you can sleep real well. Now a lot of people don't realize when you actually drink LOWSUTEA, the last 2 cups after dinner, meaning that after dinner you are drink 1 cup before dinner and after dinner. Now you have 2 more cups to drink. Is one, after dinner, maybe in about, within the following, drink 1 more cup. And then 1 hour before sleep, you do 1 more cup. Now, why you want to do that? You want to have LOWSUTEA inside of you so you can able to maintain your blood sugar continuously at around maybe 5.6, 6, or 120, or 110, 890, that range. Even when you wake up, you measure your blood sugar and say, wow, my blood sugar is real good. It's already 5.9 or whatever. So you want to keep that in a normal range. So you don't, before you eat, your blood sugar is normal. So this is so important. So drink LOWSUTEA, you can help you out. And a lot of people ask, wow, will drink LOWSUTEA, would I be feeling, because do they have caffeine? I cannot sleep. No, LOWSUTEA have no caffeine whatsoever. It is only guava and bitter melon. There's no caffeine, so it will not affect the sleep. Matter of fact, it helps you to sleep. It relaxes you. So make sure that you are able to do that. Now, certainly, another thing, proper dieting plan. And then you cannot have a lot of activities and not aggressive exercise. In other words, you cannot do weightlifting before sleep because your heart will, your whole body are ready to fight because when you do exercise, you do that. So you do not do the heavy duty exercise. You suppose before sleep, you're supposed to relax yourself and able to, have a much, relaxing state. Then you go to sleep. Now, why proper dieting is important? Because you don't want to be overstuff yourself. You cannot sleep because when you overeat, you know what happens? You will have really tough time to fall asleep, and you don't want to do that because it's stuck on your stomach. You can digest, no good. So try to overeat too much food while before you sleep. Okay. So 各位朋友嗱，記住我哋亦都要管理我哋血糖係咪能夠令到佢一個好嘅number 血糖嘅 number。For example， 如果香港嘅多數係6.4以下啦，或者係我喺5點幾啊6 咁其實點做呢樣嘢咧？其實咧最重要咧我哋希望你飲去糖茶咧，食完飯咧飲2杯噶嘛，記唔記得？食飯之前飲杯，食飯後飲杯。咁仲有2杯點飲啊？就係食完飯後咧，relax 嘅，再飲多杯。咁飲嗰陣時咧，飲咗之後，咁就係第3杯啦。第4杯就係1個鐘頭時後1個鐘頭前瞓覺咧，係飲埋嗰杯嘅。咁飲咗之後咧，佢就成晚令到血糖咧都係保持一個好嘅水平。咁佢好嘅水平，聽日起身嘅時候咧，你血糖應該係大概6.4以下啦，希望5點幾啦。咁如果你係喺美國咧，就應該120以下啦。咁邊樣嚟講，你未食嘅之前，你一度咧已經係哇好嘅血糖，咁你就變咗係令到你成日都 better 咯。rather than 唔係咧，你血糖好高嘅時候 no good right， 變咗你係成日都唔正常啊。咁第二樣嘢咧，飲咗去糖茶咧，就唔會令到瞓覺咧瞓唔到嘅，因為佢係冇咖啡因嘅，所以其實咧係可以隨時飲咗，你都唔會令到你瞓覺，反而係令到你 relax，因為有啲熱嘅水咧幫助你係成身 relax 去 before 你瞓覺之前啊嘛。咁仲有一樣嘢咧好重要咧，食飯啊，你唔好食得太飽啦，因為食得太飽咧瞓覺亦都易飛去瞓覺啦。同埋咧，仲有瞓覺前咧，千祈唔好做啲劇烈運動，因為劇烈運動令個心臟砰砰咁行啦，咁亦都令到你血液係咁泵啦，咁令到咧應該瞓覺前咧唔可以做劇烈運動，係應該係去 relax，去睇啲書啊，或者唞下大氣啊，咁然後令到你咧係瞓覺咧更加舒服。呢個咧係好重要，令到你血糖咧係 very very good and normal 嘅。Okay, so third, you have to understand what we call good sleep hygiene. Okay, now good sleep hygiene is basically each day you should have sleep about 7 to 9 hours in between this time. Every night you should do the same thing. And you have to have enough sleep. And you do not actually want to watch a lot of TV before you go to sleep, talking on the phone, because you might get your brains all working, then you're going to have a hard time to sleep. And then, so you got to make sure when you go to sleep, maybe read some magazine, book, whatever, listen to a soft music. Instead of you were talking all exciting stuff, then you will make you to keep thinking the whole night, then your sleeping will be terrible. Now, also another thing too is you might want to nap should be only in the early afternoon, not actually late, because after you sleep late in the afternoon, basically you got too much sleep at nighttime, you're gonna sleep. So, and the nap should be only 20 minutes. And that is very, very actually beneficial, because when you nap 20 minutes, you can able to refresh yourself. And I found out a lot of people in China, after lunch, they snap about 20 minutes. They said they can do real well. I think this is really good, actually very good for health. And actually sleep a little bit, close your eye, relax a bit, and your health can be extremely good, because you can relax yourself, rejuvenate when you do the 20-minute snap in early afternoon after lunch or so. So this can be really cool. So think about that to see. I know America, in Hong Kong, not too many people can have the luxury to nap about like 20 minutes. But if you can, try it, because that would definitely good for health. 嗱，各位堂友，我哋每日咧其實咧睡眠嘅習慣咧最好就瞓7至9個鐘頭中間啦嚇。咁其實咧，當你唔夠瞓嘅時候咧，你千祈咧就唔好話我瞓之前咧我唔夠要做好多嘢啊，要睇下電視啊，要同朋友傾下偈啊，講好多嘢啊。咁個問題咧，當你做呢樣嘢嘅時候咧，可能好多嘢影響個腦啊，繼續諗嘢，咁你就瞓覺好難瞓㗎。咁所以應該嚟講咧，其實咧你應該咧就係要睇下書啦，睇下 magazine 啦，做啲係 relax 啲嘅東西，就唔好揾下啲嘢咧係去刺激你嘅東西。咁呢個咧就瞓覺唔好嘅。咁同埋仲有咧，最好咧就係日頭咧可以能夠令到你咧係幫助你係瞓一個晏晝覺啦，20分鐘係喺食完晏晝即係兩鐘後嘅時間瞓20分鐘，呢個就會好嘅。就千祈唔好瞓覺係4點鐘瞓，嗰陣時就唔正，因為瞓咗之後夜晚係瞓唔到可能。咁所以變咗嚟講，呢個係希望你係做到呢個 nap time 咧，呢個叫即係呢個小時嘅睡眠咧係大20分鐘咧，呢個係一個10分好嘅習慣嚟嘅。 And it's so important to set a regular bedtime. Why I need to do that? Because the human body is really need to have some kind of routine. You sleep every night at 11 or 10 o'clock, and you wake up every day at 6 o'clock. So that will be a very good way of always every day the same thing. And your body will have an internal clock. And you know what? When you have the internal clock started, you don't even have to even you will not actually end up you even do not actually end up will wake up. So it's very, very good to basically have an internal clock to regulate yourself. Is really good. Okay, and you can always have a bedtime a routine for better quality sleep. Consistent bedtime routine for better quality sleep is so important, rather than not a quality sleep, because while sleeping, you need to have good quality sleep, and while sleeping is so important. So the time sleeping is so important. Have continued routine and better quality sleep. And then when you better sleep, you need a better function. You have to, if you sleep well, you have better mental function, work better, you have better memory, attention. So regularly, you need to consistently get good resting, good sleep, and you can have better work function, memory. And so, so if you, for example, your routine is screwed up, your quality sleep might not be that good. So keep that in mind. It's so important to do that. Okay, now a lot of people talk about alcohol. And they say, wow, hey, I get a drink, I can able to sleep better. Well, yes and no, because after you consume alcohol, especially you consume alcohol, you take time for the body to process that alcohol to complete and able to get the alcohol metabolized, meaning to digest the alcohol. Now, keep in mind, alcohol, every 1 ounce alcohol, you get quite a bit of calorie, also need to be processed, okay? So when you take alcohol like dinner time, it's okay because you still about 4 hours before you go to sleep. So all the alcohol will be digested already. And that give you 4 hours to digest. But if you do not, then it's going to be very tough. And your alcohol do not digest, you will have, continued excitement of the alcohol, if you will. You can say it. And so when you get to bed, your alcohol is still working on the digestions to process and also continue to increase your blood sugar. That is not going to good. The sad part is alcohol, actually after a drink, it might actually fragment your sleep. In other words, make your sleep really, in the beginning, maybe okay. After that, it's not okay. So you really not giving a complete relaxed sleep and doing better. And that is the problem when you have alcohol, okay? 嗱，各位朋友，好多人咧誤會咗咧，佢係飲咗啲酒係咪能夠瞓得好啲啊？其實咧真正嚟講就唔係嘅，因為酒咧飲咗之後咧要時間去 process 你啲酒個 digestion。咁如果你 process 嘅酒嘅時間咧，你譬如食飯飲咗之後咧，咁你咧就係要大概4個鐘頭時間咧先能夠 process 晒啲酒。咁如果4個鐘頭時間食咧，你瞓覺之前食冇4個鐘頭喎。但係食飯嗰陣時 OK 嘅，你飲些少酒係 OK。但係如果你冇咧，弊啦，因為個身體咧仲係去 process 啲酒，因為酒有糖啊嘛。咁變咗嚟講咧，你個身體咁你就變咗個人咧繼續 try to process 啲糖，咁你就瞓覺麻麻地啦。咁變咗咧，你就令到你瞓覺咧就睡眠咧就係會好即係唔得穩定啦，因為你冇得舒服咁瞓啊嘛。你仲個身體仲係哇，我搞緊我啲糖喎，要 process 喎。咁所以咧唔好瞓覺前飲酒咧係好重要嘅。其實食飯之前咧飲些少唔緊要，就唔好多咧係對你瞓覺真係好大影響嘅。Now, a lot of time that so important, you have to get rid of all the electronic devices. The reason is blue light can affect your brainwave, and is not going to help you to get better sleep. So at home, you really need to turn off your TV, your phone when you go to sleep, because what happened is it will start disrupting, your sleep, and eventually you kind of sleep well. You may end up actually even, like some people will start getting up, reading. You might even start eating something, gaining weight. So this is going to cause you a tremendous problem. Plus, the blue light also increase your insulin resistance. So when you have insulin resistance goes up, you know what? Your blood sugar goes up. So blue light exposure actually increase your weight gain and obesity. That's why a lot of people, when they're obese, a lot of times they don't sleep well, they keep watching TV. Those blue light affected them. So importantly, when you go to sleep, you have to turn off your TV, your computer monitor, your phone, and go to sleep very, very well. Best to keep your dark room of the bedroom dark, so you can actually have no light to help to disrupt your sleep, and definitely you will sleep better. So turn off your electronic device. No longer have TV, computer, phone, all those things disrupt your sleep, because that will definitely not go to do good on you. 嗱，各位朋友，我哋要將嗰啲所有電子嘅設備要除咗佢啊，即係要刪咗佢。點解咧？因為原來電子設備咧有個叫藍燈啊。咁藍燈咧係令到你個 insulin 咧個即係呢個胰島素咧會抗拒嘅。咁如果佢都抗拒咧，就點啊？你個血糖就會降高啦。所以好多人咧，如果佢晚睇電視啊，佢好多時咧就會 end up 咧又瞓唔到覺啦，又會食嘢啦，佢肥胖啦，同埋咧會增加磅數啦。呢啲全部係咩啊？對血糖咧係唔好嘅，亦都會破壞咗你整體個身體嘅健康啦。你唔想你繼續有血糖高啊嘛，係咪？咁所以咧瞓覺之前記得要 turn off 晒所有，將嗰啲電視monitor 電腦電話全部熄咗佢，或者擰開咗佢，咁你睇唔到個藍燈啦。咁同埋咧就最好咧將你個房間咧係黑地、凍凍地，咁能夠令到瞓咧係好舒服嘅，一個好嘅瞓覺環境俾你。咁好 ，sorry， 仲有啦，so also we found that another thing is so important is exercise. We found that exercise is actually help you to sleep better. Each day you should have at least 10 minutes or more physical activity exercise during each day. Now, certainly we recommend if you can do 40 minutes, even better, like walk 10,000 steps. If you don't have at least 8,000 steps, so walk is very good. You need to want to burn up some of the excess calories, maintain a healthy weight, not overweight, and those lose weight can actually better control your blood sugar. And if you can do some kind of exercise during the just before you go to sleep, like 5 or 6 hours before sleep, you can, before 5 to 6 hours before sleep, if you actually do some exercise, that night actually you sleep better, because you are actually burn off all the excess, so-called excess sugar. You can much more relax. All your stress are being taken out because of exercise. So if you can do that, that will be wonderful. Now, I'll give you some example. Now, you eat dinner at 6. I finished dinner at 7. So I walk maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or 30 minutes after dinner walk. You know what happened when you do that? If 7:30, you already walk off many, many calories, and also your excess sugar out of the way already. And at the same time, you are also quite relaxed when you walk around the neighborhood, or you went to a shopping mall to walk, see things. So net result, you are actually starting a very relaxing journey for the night before the sleeping. So this will be so wonderful to help you on the sleep. So do some exercise, even 10 to 15 minutes will be good. Just walk around neighborhood would be good. You burn off some of the excess sugar during the time after dinner, and you'll be more relaxing. 嗱，各位朋友， 其實每日咧做大10分鐘嘅 exercise 咧，係對你嚟講好好嘅。你首先咧就要因為 exercise 咧係當你係 burn off 咗一啲 excess calorie 啊 ，maintain 你個weight 啊，咁其實好正喎，係咪？咁如果你係食完飯或者7點鐘食完飯啦，我即係行半個鐘頭咧，你將嗰啲 excess 嘅blood sugar 咧都 burn off 咗，咁你好 relax 嘅。咁邊樣嚟講咧，你亦都會瞓好啲。個原因咧就係因為咧，你 exercise 之後咧，你會繼續幫助你咧，成個身體都輕鬆咗，你所以 stress 咧都離開咗。咁變咗嚟講，你嗰晚瞓咪特別舒服啲咯。所以其實咧少少 exercise 每日都係好好嘅對身體，因為心靈上係 very good。嗱，唔使話做唔係劇烈 exercise 啊，記住啊，呢個係行啦，做下即係少少嘅。跳下舞啊，即係普通嘅好舒服嘅舞啊，咁呢個咧係嗰啲係好嘅東西嚟嘅，幫助你 relax before 瞓覺。Okay, each day we really gotta de-stress ourselves. We cannot continue to be stressed out, especially if you are pre-diabetic or diabetes. If you are continue to not manage your stress, you are actually continue to increase your blood sugar and not keeping your blood sugar in a better level. A lot of people, if you're not control blood sugar, you know what happens? Doctor will give you more drugs. Keep eating drugs. It's not help you. But you can able to decrease your stress, help you to control your diet, control your weight, do exercise. I can pretty sure your blood sugar well managed, then you don't have to have so many drugs. So don't just think of, wow, I can take more drugs that I can better myself. Not really. Remember, continue to do dieting, exercise, weight control to be a better blood sugar control regime than just, doing, less stress will be better than just taking drugs. I will highly recommend try that route before taking drugs. Now, sometimes, yes, you might need drugs, but not every time you need drugs, okay? Okay, now, some patients also get diabetic burnout. In other words, they get tired, man. I'm stressed out now. I can't do much because I've been all this time, I've been diabetes. I have hope, no hope. Now, when you have all stress, you know what? Your cortisol go up, your adrenaline go up because you're ready to fight. The blood sugar goes up. So you really do not want to get yourself continue to think about, oh, I'm so hopeless now. I will burn out. Put yourself in a much more positive attitude is better for you than you are continue to stress out. You don't want to have continued chronic stress because with that, you will feel restless, cannot sleep. You will feel hopeless. And with that, is not good for your blood sugar. Because you have so much stress in your mind, your body will react to it to continue to increase your blood sugar because they are ready for you to fight, right? So you really do not want to put yourself in that route. So relax, need to de-stress yourself before go to sleep. If you are able to have a better positive attitude, net result, you will have better rest, your blood sugar will better level. Instead of continuous stress with negative thought all day long, that will not good for any pre-diabetic or diabetic patient. So manage your stress, de-stress yourself before you go to sleep, and also during the day, you'll be less stressed and will be better off for you for the whole day and your blood sugar. 嗱，各位朋友，記住，因為我哋係糖尿患病者啊。咁糖尿患病者，當你有 stress 嘅時候咧，你個 cortisol、adrenaline 咧會上嚟嘅個 hormone 啊。咁上嚟嘅時候咧，弊家伙啦，因為呢啲咧全部咧係令到你血糖咧繼續高，因為佢準備打仗啊嘛。咁變咗嚟講咧，你個問題咧，你就會繼續咧個人咧就會係好 stressful 啦，你要 feel like 有哇係咪 burn out 啊？咁同埋呢啲嘢咧，全部令到你血糖繼續高嘅。咁如果你唔係去控制同埋長遠控制咧，你 end up 咧，你會有一個叫 continuous stress 咧，就令到血糖咧就會好唔正仔，同埋你個人咧係好唔穩定，又好 cranky， 又好 restless， 即係好哇好掹啊，唔知點啊。咁呢個咧係對成個身體唔正仔。咁所以變咗嚟講，好重要咧，你真係要開始咧諗下啲好啲嘅嘢啦 ，positive 啦，正面啲啦，同埋去 relax 啲啦。咁變咗嚟講，你繼續每日都諗下啲好嘅 de-stress， 或者同你朋友傾下偈啦。咁你變咗嚟講，令到你咧就唔好個人咧係最大好大 stress， 咁你就會變咗係一個舒服啲嘅人，同埋一個情況咧上咧，會令到你係更加係 positive 嘅人咧，就唔會 stress out 之後咧，咁你瞓覺都好啲，同埋血糖咧繼續會好嘅。咁 make sure 減壓嚇，唔好太過諗太多嘢。OK， so in conclusion， pre-diabetic diabetes all require quality sleep to prevent raising the blood sugar level. Now, if you don't have enough, good sleep and you are stressed, unfortunately, your cortisol hormone will go up, your insulin resistance will go up, and your blood sugar, guess what, will go up. So you don't want to put yourself in that situation. And if all going up, then your blood sugar will continue to go up. To end up, you'll be eating more things. For example, your blood sugar goes up, doctor give you more meds. So then you got to catch 22. So do not put yourself in that position. So in order to do that, there's several things you have to check. One, you have to check, do you have sleep apnea? Because you have sleep apnea, your oxygen doesn't get enough into your brain. You're not sleeping the whole night, you're waking up, you get very tired, your blood sugar goes up. And that's not good. So you got to check apnea. And apnea, in order for you to eliminate, you have to have a CPAP machine, probably put partial air in there. You're going to feel so much more better. And that's something you have to do. Secondly, you got to have blood sugar management. Blood sugar management is you have to continue to manage your blood sugar. And then you have to have good sleep hygiene, meaning that you got to have, don't bother with all the things on you before you go to sleep. When you sleep, you have to have regular bedtime, meaning that you have to be every night. I sleep at 10 o'clock or 10:30. I wake up at 6. So your alarm clock will continue to wake up at 6 o'clock. You don't even bother to wake up. The whole night is all regular, so you don't get up and down. So that is so important. And do not drink alcohol before bedtime, because alcohol will give you, you cannot process alcohol. The whole night you'll get you awake. And then you have to turn off all the electronic, meaning the blue light of the phone, your TV screen, all that will affect your sleep and actually increase your insulin resistance. So that result, when your insulin resistance goes up, you know what? Your blood sugar goes up. So don't do that. And do not do heavy exercise, but light exercise, meaning walk, relax yourself. Like after dinner, walk half an hour or 20 minutes, doesn't matter. But it will give you a rest, a relaxed walk, not overstressed, not to run. So net result, you can enjoy your journey before sleep and relax you. The net result, you will feel so much better, better sleep. And more important, the last point is you gotta de-stress yourself, meaning that you do not want to get yourself stressed whole day long and chronic to be stressed. Because chronic to be stressed, then you will end up, your blood sugar continue to go up. The doctor will give you more medication. It's like a catch-22. It's not going to work for you. And importantly, de-stress yourself, meaning that think about positive stuff. You will get well, you'll get better. Your blood sugar will continue to come down. And, the follow through the step that we just told you, you can able to see yourself moving to a better health. Think positively. Don't do, oh, man, I will be no good. My blood sugar is dead. No, I high blood sugar. Don't think that way. Because with that, it's not going to help you. But think positive. My blood sugar will get well. Eventually, I will go down to 6.5 below, and I will be a better health. Keep thinking that way. Then you will be good for you. Okay. So net result, I think today is on my webinar. Let me do the summary in Chinese first before we move on that. 各位朋友，記住前期患病同糖尿患病者咧，都係一樣咧，要有好嘅質素嘅睡眠，唔係淨係瞓覺，要好嘅質素睡眠。因為唔好嘅質素睡眠咧，係會令到你咧 血糖降高嘅。同埋咧，當你冇好嘅睡眠咧，你會好個人咧會好多 stress 啦，咁令到你咧嗰個 cortisol hormone 咧會增上嚟啦。咁你嘅 insulin 你個胰島素抗拒會上嚟啦，咁你血糖就一定會高。咁成日血糖高咧，你就好弊啦，即係你會 end up 咧就成日都血糖高咧，就做咩都唔麻麻地。咁同埋仲有咧就你個醫生如果繼續見到血糖高咧，就 guess what 佢會俾藥你食，咁你要增加藥，咁就麻麻啦。就我希望大家唔使做呢樣嘢，就唔使增加藥，能夠繼續將你血糖咧降低個6.4以下。咁其實有幾樣嘢要 check 嘅，第一要 check 咩咧？我哋有冇睡眠窒息症咧？同埋我哋有冇做一個好啲嘅血糖管理咧？即係令到血糖咧係繼續喺6.4以下咧，或者係120以下咧？同埋我哋有冇好嘅睡眠嘅習慣咧？要好 relaxing 睡眠瞓覺咁。同埋仲有咧，我哋係咪喺個有啲即係瞓覺咧係全部喺翻啲 regular 嘅瞓覺時間咧，好似10點鐘我瞓覺或者10點瞓覺，我朝頭早6點鐘起身嘅。咁我每日都係咁噶啦，咁變咗嚟講瞓覺定時咧係令到瞓得更加好嘅。咁係咪要飲下酒先瞓咧？千祈唔好瞓咗覺飲酒咧係對千祈唔好，因為酒咧要有時間嘅 process 4個鐘頭 process。咁你如果要4個鐘頭 process 咧，弊家伙啦，你就瞓唔到覺 ，OK？ 咁仲有，因為你呢個嘅 process，你個身體係喺度做，就係將 alcohol process 咪令到我嘣瞓覺嗰啲瞓唔到啦。咁同埋咧，仲要 turn off 晒啲 electronic device，所以 for example 嗰啲電視機呢個啲藍燈因為電視咧會發一個藍燈出嚟咧，就令到啲 insulin 咧會係令到 insulin 高嗰個 insulin 抗拒係高 up 嘅。咁呢個咧係一個好大問題，因為如果高 up 咗之後咧，你就會令到你血糖高 up 啦。咁同埋咧，你瞓覺前咧就唔係做劇烈運動，係做啲溫和運動，好似譬如飯後咧，最好就去行下啦，行半個鐘頭20分鐘啦。咁將你 excess 糖咧就可以能夠 burn up 咗，亦都更加 relax， 將啲 stress 降低，咁你就可能夠睡眠咧更加舒服。咁最後咧就要 de-stress 你自己，唔好繼續好壓力好大咁 de-stress 咗之後咧，你就能夠嗰啲 cortisol 嘅 hormone同埋 adrenaline hormone 唔會上升，咁你個血糖咧就繼續降低，咁又唔使食藥，咁令到你更加消除壓力咧，你嘅瞓覺一定會好，血糖喺度降低。So today, I hope that will give you a fairly good idea where you can able to lower your blood sugar by sleeping better. And that will be a very important message. Is so important. You sleep well and your blood sugar will go better. And these are the steps, the 8 tips that I provide you. And next week, I will give you more understanding how you can able to generate better sleep. So hopefully with that, we'll give you more indication why sleeping is important and what other thing you need to look at to make you to be better sleep. Okay, good. So we might have some question. We have a question here. Eugene asked in a sense that, okay, what is the blue light? Why is bad for you? And what are the sources? Now, blue light mainly actually from TV, a screen mainly came from screen. So you do not want this blue light to get it into sleep while your body, because what happened is, as you know, when you have blue light, it actually affects your insulin resistance. It actually, the blue light increase insulin resistance. So when you increase insulin resistance, that means your sugar goes up. On top of that, blue light might even affect your, because of this blue light, affect your brain processing and so forth. So net result, you are not going to sleep well, and you might wake up and start eating, I cannot sleep, so I got to eat some food, like for example, some chips or candy, cookies. Hopefully I will sleep better, or drink some milk or so forth, or hot chocolate. Now, all those things can actually, increase your weight and calorie unnecessary. So people who turn on the TV on all the time, as studies show, they tend to gain more weight. They tend to be a little more obesity and increased, because of the affecting of the blue light. So try not to have that blue light turn on, meaning a TV, because all TV come up with blue light, and also the computer also have the same thing. I think the phone also have the same thing. That's why nowadays the phone some of them have an actual screen prevent blue light exhibition. So emissions of blue light eliminated. So you need to not to get that blue light on you. So that would be better off for you instead of getting a blue light. Okay. Okay. I hope I answered that question for you. And let's see, any other question for everybody? Okay. If no question, next week I will actually get more technique how to get better sleep. So you can able to try to look at that some technique, then able to have a better understanding. Sleeping is so important, because sleep is an important health to help you to be better off. So I hope that will with that you can all become sleep better, and you'll be more relaxed and more enjoy life. I think that will be my goal, to help you and help everybody who listen to the lecture, get able to help them to generate better health, lower blood sugar, and better and prevent them from a pre-diabetic to become a diabetes. They get back to the normal level. If they have diabetes now, lower the blood sugar all the way to 614, and that will be my goal. Thank you very much for actually listening to the lecture. I appreciate your question also. 各位堂友多謝晒。嗱，頭先講咗個藍燈咧，係令到你瞓覺咧係唔好嘅。個原因咧，佢出咗嚟之後咧，就令到你個胰島素會抗拒嘅，咁血糖會上升，同埋咧 affect 到你個腦咧，會係瞓唔到覺嘅時候咧，你會食嘢啊，咁食嘢之後咧，就你會增加或者瞓唔到覺，飲啲熱朱古力先瞓到覺啦，或者食啲 cookie 啦，嗱，呢啲全部係增磅嘅東西啊。咁所以佢有 study 咧，如果啲人咧成日揾開電視睇藍燈嘅東西咧，佢多數咧變咗肥胖啦，同埋瞓唔到覺。咁呢個咧就希望你大家如果熄晒電視冇燈咧，瞓覺梗係舒服啲啦，亦都唔會影響個腦嘅電波啊啲嘢啦。咁所以呢個係一個好嘅東西嚟嘅。So I hope I answer everybody's question. I appreciate Eugene also always ask good question. And I think there's no more question here already. Let's see. I think there's no more question. That's correct. Okay, good. Well, I hope everybody have a good time today, and thank you very much. And I will basically see you next week, and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you. Bye-bye.